I'm grieving right now. Part of my healing process, I guess. And I find myself drawn to these wide open spaces. I guess because they create with such effortlessness wide open space inside myself. And over the last weeks, as I was processing this, I felt like I'd gotten there, and I posted 2 videos and took them down. Some of you saw, because I hadn't processed, I wasn't ready, and I don't think I think I'm not. And the thing is, I champion myself on having a good relationship with death. I really do. I grasp it. I've inquired into it. I wouldn't want to live to be 500 million years old, or however long, because then the intensity of love and the value I have for this moment that will never be the same again, and the touch of my wife and the embrace of my children. See this flock of geese landing in front of me. I don't know if you'll see that. I believe there's great value to life because it comes to a close. But because of that arrogance within me, I kept a very hefty shell on myself surrounding some events, and I felt, because I realised these things, that it wouldn't be an issue for me. And somewhere in me I even questioned if I was even a good guardian, because I didn't cry. I didn't cry when children who I'd cared for years on end died in my arms. Children I was honoured, absolutely honoured, and blessed. This lottery of life, all the time that's passed and the lives lived, and the time to come and the lives that will be lived. I got to be the point of awareness in this human body that got to meet these unique, beautiful children, and to help God to give them a life with some peace and love before He brought them back home, because most obviously lived traumatic lives. But what an honour. What an absolute honour. To be the guardian of another life, another human who was unable to look after themselves. Grief is a very peculiar thing. But I know that death is not the end. I know it. And so when I look inside myself at this sorrow, and I explore it, I question, is it selfish motive that I feel it? Why would I wish children back to a world that they suffered in, just so I can see them again, to hold them, to say goodbye? I don't have an answer, really. But I know the more I allow it, the more I'm comforted. And I know I know that Spirit is watching this process and helping. Today, Fritzy and the boys, they're away with the family, and I'm alone here. I don't mind being alone, it's not unfamiliar to me. But here I come out to nature, and by chance I meet a woman, and within a minute of talking to her, she had a horse, and the horse stopped and wouldn't move when it got to me, so I went to greet the horse. Within a minute, she was talking about how she climbed Kilimanjaro and Mount Meru, which you can see from Featherstale. At that same time, a friend of mine from Tanzania writes me and says, "You're in my mind a lot today." Very intuitive man, very loving man. I can't help but begin to wonder if my healing is going to be... I'm going to have to stop this isolation that I've placed myself in these years and start relying on others, because it felt good. Many of you told me when I mentioned the sorrow I felt for the fact that no one was remembering these children who were beautiful and unique and deserved a better life while they were here, but had a good last few years, thanks to the love and support of so many, and the unconditional love of so many. You, when I mentioned that, told me, tell us about them so we can remember them. And when I investigated the sorrow of it in myself a little, just sat with it, I realized that part of the sorrow for me is knowing as well that there are children out there right now in the same position. I want to remind you all of that, because we can change it. For whatever reason, thousands of us are gathered around my YouTube channel right now, by the grace of God. And by the grace of God, He manifests around me and through many other people a framework that can change it for those children. And at least those children that I have loved and lost were loved. And so of course we must remember those children that I loved and lost. I've written a children's book, another one for that, but you'll see that when it comes. But we also really, really, all of us, should light a candle, should light 2 candles, one for the children who lived lives that were not just and left not knowing love, which happens, a concept few can even imagine, but it happens, I've seen it. And a candle for those that humanity is yet to remember, that are alive and alone right now. No one coming, no one to love them, no one to make sure they're okay. I'm not sure where my grief begins for the children who passed away, and ends and starts again for the children who I know are out there, and I know can have their situation changed so long as we reach them. I know many of us are here for different reasons, and there's no wrong reason to be at the channel. But light a candle, 2 candles. Light one every day for a month if you have to remember those children. And that for whatever reason, you're here, and you know about them like I do, and we need help. I'm not asking you to help, I'm just asking you to open up your heart and see if God has a duty, a job, a task for you to do to support His efforts. reaching these children who are uniquely, beautifully, fearfully and wonderfully made. I know I had the honour of being their guardian. So, grieving unexpectedly, as I thought it was over. And I'm happy that I am, because they deserve it. They deserve to know. And I know they're not far. I've seen them, I've felt them, they've let me know. They're probably frustrated at me, telling me to sort myself out and get out there and find the other kids. In God's time. I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'll upload this one either. Somehow talking to the camera became a friend when I was on my own in Africa those years. It's a habit I haven't put down. Some of the memory cards I have, it's just full of therapy sessions really, I think. God bless, guys. Bye.
Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Beloved child, my heart is yours. Beloved child, doors with your love, with your faith, with your compassion, with your grace, oh, with your grace. Beloved child, you are the light of the world. Beloved child, go out, spread light to the world. Be strong, be kind, be brave. Know your mind, know that you're divine, know that it's alright.